lovers, it's the Smitten Chef, and on today's episode, I want to talk about, well, the reasons why you should not go to the store hungry, and reasons why you shouldn't go to the store hungry, or why you shouldn't try to record when you're hungry, because I just recorded an entire video that was 15 minutes long, and it was everything I needed it to be, except my head was cut off. And it just tickled me. But the point is, don't do that. And second of all, what we created was a smoothie, and we made oatmeal, and it was referencing why you shouldn't go to the store hungry. It's because you will basically eat everything in sight, or pick up everything in sight, or wander aimlessly, which I think is fun, but most people I talk to hate it when it happens to them. So my suggestion is that you make a list. Go through your cabinets beforehand and see what you have and what you want, and go from there. And that's what we had done with, well, we still did it because this is the end result. It's the smoothie. We had 5 strawberries, we had a piece of a papaya, we had jalapenos, and then we had steel cut oats. What else was in there? Apples, and oh, that's what it was. A chef had made a dish with steel cut oats that had like a broth in it and spice and kick to it. And I saw it plated, and I also read what it had in it, so I was very inspired to try different broths and stuff, instead of basically just putting water in the oatmeal, because I did want to kick to it. I think eating oatmeal is very important, especially if you have a long day. It coats your stomach very well, and you're able to just go out and about and not be hungry. But they inspired me to put so many different things inside of the oats. And so for the past week, I've just been having it plain, or the different broths, or I had some Thai chili peppers, and maybe a few days ago had it with some blueberries, and just kept biting into the pepper to see the flavor combination. And so today we had put some jalapenos in some water and had been soaking it for about 30 minutes alongside the steel cut oats, which was a cup of that, and then it was a 1/4 of a cup of water, and it had the tops of the jalapeno steeping in the water, and then after that we added the oats to it, and that cooked for 15 minutes. It was topped with blueberries. Yeah, it was topped with blueberries. And then we created a smoothie to go along with it, because it's hot outside, and smoothies are refreshing. And I think it's a great way to get all of your fruits and vegetables in one little compact bunch. It's a great thing to try with your friends and family. And then when you have them in containers like this, it's everybody can have their own individual sections. They can try different stuff, especially if you are utilizing everything in your pantry and your refrigerator before you go shopping. You might not have 2 cups of strawberries, you might not have the whole pint of blueberries, but you have an individual cup, and y'all can just split it up. And so for this, there was about that much ice. There was 5 strawberries, piece of papaya. We used spring water. I would have added sweetener, but I've already had coffee. And so monitoring how much sugar goes into your body, especially when fruits are already naturally sweet, and the strawberries were. You can do taste tests before you even blend stuff. And ginger. would have been a nice addition. So, might add that later. Oh, and there was carrots. That's what I'm gonna make still, because I want more smoothie. Busy being greedy and blending the rest of this up so that it doesn't go to waste. But the second half of what we were going to do after I finished eating, or after we finished eating, was I also saw somebody create a sandwich yesterday. And in it, they made a vinaigrette that went with it. And they took the cucumber with a potato peeler and they just made different ribbons with the cucumber. And as I was staring at the technique, I thought to myself, hey, I wonder if sweet potatoes would fry good like that. So, you can do it with the carrot too. That's what we're gonna do. We have our pot. It has a half a cup of canola oil, and then it has a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. I want to see what happens when we blend it, when we fry those in this. They're super thin, and it just seems like fun. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see me slicing, but here's the carrot, and you'll take it from the top, and well, we're over the sink, so one can go in the sink. And you'll slice it all the way down until you get a thin strip, like that. And then you just put it in the, oh, it's not hot enough. You'll wait until it gets hot enough. That's a part of the testing. You ever had the onion strips that crinkle on top of hot dogs or burgers, and it's just absolutely delicious, and they're super thin strips? That's the goal. That's the thought process. But your oil has to be really hot, or else they'll get really flimsy, and then it'll soak up all of the oil, and it won't be very good. So, I'm going to continue on with ribbonizing these here carrot strips, and then also mosey along with the sweet potatoes, doing the same thing. And they said that once you get to the, like if you were doing it for a cucumber, when you get to the seeds, you can chop that up and use that in a drink as well. And that would go good in the smoothie if you're making one that way. But since we don't have seeds in these, we are going to just continue to put everything in the pot. But do you see the delightful ribbons? You just drop them in the pot, and you listen for the sizzle. Yes, you listen for the sizzle, and we have a few pieces of jalapenos left over, so we're going to slice those. See what happens when they all go together. So it's carrots, and it'll be sweet potatoes, and then it'll be the jalapenos. I would put this on, oh, please excuse me. I would put that on, well, anything really. Tacos, burgers, you can put it on a sandwich. We have leftover quinoa and some mushrooms. I would think that would go good with it. So we have the sweet potato, and we're going to make the ribbons with it as well. I hope you guys are doing very good today. If you have anybody in the kitchen with you, they can help. This is pretty fun to do, I think. Yes. Yay. What else could this go good on? I welcome suggestions. And if you get to this part, I'm going to add this part to the smoothie. We will get a plate with a napkin so that it can drain. Oh, that's what we have, our chickpeas. So, that's exactly it. You can put the chickpeas with it and have it on top of the chickpeas. You can make lettuce wraps, you can do whatever. You can actually just saute them in the pan in olive oil. Yeah, and sea salt and a little bit of thyme. Add these delightful bits of crunch to it. Turn the oil down. And yes. And then you have like the onion straws. But sweet potato chips, carrot chips, ribbons, and jalapenos. Yes. This is also why people should eat and nourish their bodies before going into work or before going into the store or before peopling or pretty much before anything. Put something in your body. Speak sweetly over yourself. I know people who fast, so you don't necessarily eat, which is fine, but say a prayer over yourself and the people you and the people you're gonna come in contact with if you know you're gonna be hungry, because it is. I know that feeling. So we have more ribbons. We're gonna do one more batch and smoothize the rest of it. Oh, you hear that sizzle? That's what you want. That is what you're looking for, listening for. Chop the rest up for this here smoothie. And see, this is what I love about these cups, is you can literally just take the rest of whatever it is you're utilizing. Blend it. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So yes, I would love to know if you try it. And any of these, let's see what these taste like. Wow. The jalapenos didn't crisp up, not the thick ones. They're about a 1/4 inch thick. That one did. This is good. These ones, the thin carrots, well, they're so thin I missed my mouth. But I like these sweet potatoes. That's what should happen. Watch out on the level of thinness with the carrots, or maybe just the temperature. Bye. Delicious. I need more.